What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another Platinum Trophy video for you guys. Today I'm going to be getting the Platinum Trophy in Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2 on the PlayStation 3. Now, the last trophy that I do have to get is Use the Force Luke, which is to complete any combat level using only Force powers. This was a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be, and it took a little more focus than I was really anticipating because it was just such habit to kind of use the lightsabers for everything that you were doing. But you can do it on the easiest difficulty, and you can do it on the first level in the game, so it is kind of easy. But anyway, with all that being said, let's get right into this video. I was live streaming this over on Twitch. I do live stream all my Platinum Trophies and various other games and 100% and things over there. So if you want to go follow me, there's a link down in the description below. So again, what you have to do for this trophy is you basically have to beat any combat level with only using Force powers. And I ended up using the first level after I had done everything else in the game. Now, you are going to have to play through this game 2 times. That's like the preferred way of doing it because you have to play through a first time, and then you have to play through a second time on Unleashed difficulty, and then you have to get all the collectibles. You can do that on your first or second playthrough. What I did was I played through on a first playthrough, fresh, didn't worry about anything at all, no collectibles or anything. Played back through on Unleashed difficulty with doing all the collectibles, and then trying to get various other random trophies, and then if I didn't get certain trophies, I just chapter select and kind of went from there. All in all, the game, compared to the first one, is very repetitive. It's kind of the same thing over and over again, and like 60% of the game takes place on Kamino, which is a little bit annoying, but hey, it is what it is. It's Star Wars, so I guess we can't really complain about that. The one thing that is going to be super difficult about the game isn't even the Unleashed difficulty. It can give you some headaches here and there, but if you're just strategic and you use the right type of lightsabers, the ones that kind of give you more health regen and everything, and health from like killing enemies, you'll have no problem getting through the Unleashed difficulty. The most annoying thing about the game has to be the challenges that you have to do, and really it's like the first combat challenge that you have to do, because that one requires you to do basically every combo in the game. And I know what you're thinking, oh, it can't be that difficult. What makes it kind of difficult is that there's a little bit of an input lag, and you kind of have to press the buttons at certain times in order to get the combos. And I know what you're thinking, well, that's any game, but it's just really based on movements more than like timing. And I know I said it has like an input lag. It feels like an input lag because you have to kind of pay attention to what Starkiller's doing or the animations that he's kind of going through in order to get the button presses the right way, because you have to press the button 3 times and then hold down another button, and that'll like trigger a certain type of combo. So it can be, again, a little difficult, a little frustrating, but it really wasn't anything too difficult, and I was able to kind of get through it. It did frustrate me a little bit because there was like combos that you had to do where you basically had to like press the button twice and then press it again and put like a pause in between, and that was a little bit frustrating, but all in all, it's really not too bad. And then the other challenges aren't difficult at all. And then, like I said, playing through on Unleashed difficulty really isn't too difficult. The game does offer chapter select, so if you do miss any chapter specific trophies, they're really easy to go back and do. And when you do the chapter select, it allows you to kind of pick the difficulty that you want to do as well. And a really nice thing about the game, I'm not sure if it works this way, but when you beat a level on Unleashed, it kind of says like that you beat it on Unleashed. So I'm not sure if you're able to kind of play through the game one time and then chapter select all the way through the Unleashed difficulty. I'm not really sure if it works like that. That would be kind of interesting if it does. I would suspect that it does work like that, because when I played back through the game on Unleashed difficulty, for some reason the first chapter picked up on the medium difficulty and then everything else was on Unleashed. So it was kind of annoying because I beat the game on Unleashed and I didn't get the trophy for beating it on Unleashed. So I had to go back and play back through the first level again on Unleashed difficulty. And I have to say, playing the first level over and over again, I think I played it about 5 times. It gets really, really repetitive because you have to do like the tutorial section with Juno, and that just gets like really frustrating because it's just like 5 minutes of her saying the same thing over and over again. And that's another thing about this game that kind of was annoying, was it's almost like the dialogue and everything was just the same stuff over and over again. It didn't really have any sort of like substance to it. And the things that I've heard about the game is just that it had a rushed development and it was what it was. So I'm not knocking on it for that. You know, it is what it is. It's a Star Wars game. I enjoy it because, you know, it's in that era and everything, but or it's in that time period or whatever you want to say. But there was some parts of the game that were a little disappointing, and if you compare it to the first game, it was a little bit more disappointing when it came to the gameplay aspects. But here we are, we're pulling up on the last part of this chapter here, and if you are wondering, when you're playing through this and you're going for this trophy, if you're doing it on the first chapter, you can do the little QTEs to kill the AT-ATs and everything. I think they're AT-ATs, but you can use the QTEs to kill them. They're not AT-ATs because the two are those freezing things. But at the end here, you are going to get like unlimited force power or unleashed, I guess is what it's called. You'll get unlimited of that, and you can kind of just use that to destroy these enemies and get through. So all in all, it's a Star Wars game. I enjoyed it. It really didn't take too much time. It wasn't as crazy as I thought it would be. And comparing it to the first game, you don't really have to put that much time and effort into it. I would say the first one is actually more difficult than the second one, but that's just me being me, because playing through the campaign, you can get through it in a total of probably like 4 hours. The most annoying part is the Golgoroth, I think is what it's called, or Golroth. I'm probably thinking of the one boss in Destiny, but no, there's a boss in this game that's like just a big pain in the ass, and it's a weird boss. It's got weird mechanics. It really doesn't make too much sense, and that's like the biggest dread of like playing through the whole game, was like, I gotta do that boss again. So that's just not what I was looking forward to. So here we go. We should be able to do one move here and kill all these guys, and then we will be done with this. Using no lightsabers was a little bit. I had to use a little more focus than I was really anticipating. So here we go. We're finishing up the cutscene here. We should get our trophy very shortly. Come on now. That's the PS3. So there's Use the Force Luke, and then there's our platinum trophy. The circle is now complete. This game has been on my list for a while. I've been wanting to kind of get through the Star Wars games, so it's finally done. But anyway, let's take a look at this list. Here it is, 100% with the platinum. Your boy did the DLC. And like I said, as you're looking through the list here, you're going to get trophies for beating the game, beating it on the hardest difficulty, getting the light side ending, the dark side ending, a few random trophies, some challenges. All in all, really nothing too difficult at all, and a somewhat enjoyable game, even though it only lasts a few hours. Again, you are going to have to play through the game 2 times because you do have to do the light and the dark side ending. I'm not sure if you can kind of just do chapter select to work through that, but you do have to play the game on unleashed difficulty, and I can't say it enough, the game literally will take you half a day to get through. It's really nothing too difficult at all, and all the other random trophies in the game, you can chapter select and kind of get those done, so there's really nothing missable because you can go back and do anything at any time. And again, the most difficult part of the game is going to be the challenges, specifically the first challenge with the combat stuff, just because of when you have to kind of press the buttons and do certain prompts and everything. It can be kind of frustrating, but it's somewhat easy to get used to once you do a few iterations, so it's nothing really too difficult, and you'll be able to get through it with no problem at all. Anyway, here is the profile, trophy level 43, 83%. I've got 11,539 total trophies. I've got 7,921 bronze, 2,551 silver, 901 gold, 166 platinums, and like I said, 11,539 total trophies. And here is the platinum trophy itself. So if you are looking for going for all of the Star Wars platinums, or you kind of want to experience something that really isn't canon anymore technically, I would suggest to pick up Star Wars The Force Unleashed 1 and 2. You can get all the DLCs now. They are on the store, so I would go buy them while you can, because who knows when they'll get delisted. And if you're going for this one, again, super easy. You can get the platinum in probably a weekend. You can get through the game pretty quickly, and it's really nothing difficult at all. So if I did have to rate this trophy list out of 10, I would give this like a 3 out of 10. It's really nothing, again, too difficult. You're going to have to deal with the challenges, and that's that. That's going to be the most difficult thing in the game. The unleashed difficulty might give you some headache here and there, but for the most part, it's a breeze. You can use the repulse move or force move, and it's basically like a savior for everything that you're going to do. So don't forget about that one. Time it takes to get the platinum, probably like 15-ish hours. 15 to 20 hours is probably on the high side to get the platinum. It really just depends on how long it takes you to kind of get through that very first challenge that you're going to have to go through with the combat challenge. Other than that, you can blow through the game and somewhat still enjoy it as you're blowing through the game. So 3 out of 10, 15 to 20 hours, pretty enjoyable. If you see it, I would suggest to go pick it up. It's a very fun game to kind of go and play through. Nice little hack and slash game, and it has some like deeper combat to it, I guess you could say, with what you have to press the button prompts. You'll figure it. If you play it, you'll figure it out when you do the combat stuff. It'll kind of walk you through it. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys have played the game, if you plan on playing it, any questions or anything that you have about the game. Down in the description below, you'll find links to all types of stuff, my Twitter, my Twitch, other videos like this. So if you want to go check any of that stuff out, there's all types of links down in the description below. There is a link to my Discord server as well. So if you want to go join any of that or follow or do any of that stuff, all of those links are down in the description below. Like I said, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing for more trophy content like this. And I hope to see you all around sometime soon.